Hello there. I didn't see you there. You know, I was just sitting out here on my patio, drinking my bourbon on ice, thinking about how the Kentucky Derby has been rescheduled. And that is just unacceptable. So I've decided to throw my very own tea party to celebrate the Kentucky Derby. We may make it into an annual event, the second Saturday of May, once the Derby comes back, of course. Welcome to another episode of Triple K, where we'll be throwing a tea party and making biscuits and bourbon. We won't be making the bourbon, we're just going to drink the bourbon. We'll be making biscuits. Hello. As previously mentioned from my patio seat, I am making biscuits. So typically for tea parties, they're held in Britain, where they have biscuits and tea. So we're gonna do it the American way and make American biscuits and just drink bourbon with it, because that's just the American way, guys. So the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna dump this flour into our big bowl. It's just flour. I'll tell you how much in the comments. There will be instructions and such. So there is flour, and then we're going to have our pre-measured baking powder, baking soda, salt, and sugar, and we're gonna dump that in also. And we're just gonna mix that together with our dear friend, the fork. You know, the only person who makes it into these videos more than me, since I am making these videos, is the fork. Fork is number one. So we're gonna mix in all of our dry ingredients together. I suppose we're gonna whisk them together, but you just make sure they're mixed together. Mix those dry ingredients, yo. Okay. And I forgot to get out my cold ingredients prior to starting the filming, so I'm gonna go get those out of the fridge now. All right, so I've retrieved our cold ingredients, which include frozen unsalted butter that I have chopped into itty bitty pieces. Frozen unsalted butter, itty bitty pieces. And we're just gonna dump all that in there. We're gonna try. It appears to have been frozen to my cutting board. There's a reason it should be frozen and in chunks, but I don't know why, because baking science, am I right? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of mash in this butter in with our dry ingredients to the best of our ability. So I believe there's something called a pastry blender or a pastry fork or something. There's a pastry thing out there that will help you do this. But here in Kate's kitchen, we use the goddamn fork. So we're just gonna mash that together all nice until the butter becomes just like a little bit smaller, but not a lot. I don't, you know, I'd already cut it pretty small, so we're mostly just kind of mixing it in with the dry ingredients. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really actually know anything about the Kentucky Derby. My mother-in-law does. She knows a whole bunch. All I know is that they wear fancy hats, and you know what? I like fancy hats, so I can get on board with that. I like fancy hats, and I like bourbon. And you know what? From my understanding, that's basically what the whole Kentucky Derby is about. I was unable to get any mint for a mint julep. Because, well, it's not that I wasn't able to, it's just that we're in quarantine. I didn't think about getting any when I ordered my last groceries for pickup. And I'm not going to the store to just get some fresh mint. So, I guess it's just bourbon on ice for us today. Oh well, woe is me. I just really hate just drinking bourbon by itself, even when it's my favorite kind that I normally drink just by itself. Anyways, so I've mashed in the butter pretty well with our dry ingredients. The next thing I'm going to add are our wet ingredients. So this is where I went a little nuts. This is my regular kind of biscuit recipe that I normally make on top of a chicken pot pie. It's delicious, much easier than making a pie crust. So I guess it's not a chicken pot pie, it's a chicken vegetable gravy with biscuits on it. It's worth it, it's so good. Anyways, so we're making that, but I decided to kind of go in the direction of, I guess, like an herbaceous cheddar biscuit, rather like a chain restaurant that we will not name in case they want to sue us. So here we have a milk and herb mixture. I've got oregano, I've got basil, I've got a ass load of garlic powder and a little bit of onion powder. I'm just kind of mixing it up because it's kind of settled since I've been standing here. And we've got some buttermilk. I'm going to just pour that in and start mixing it in with our dear friend, Mr. Fork. So the cool thing about biscuits is that, you know, you can kind of tell when the dough isn't right. You can just add either more milk or you can add more flour, depending on what you think it needs. Like you'll know what it is. It's a biscuit. You'll get a sense for what the dough should be like. It's gonna be kind of tacky, a little thick. Ooh, smells really good. Not gonna lie to you, I do like to go a little crazy in the kitchen and just try making new things, and this is on that list. So these may, in fact, be awful, but we're gonna find out. We're in here for the long haul. Alright, that's what's up. It's nice and thick. Gooey, it's ready. So the next thing I'm going to add, cheese. So recipes often say like a cup of cheese. I did not measure this. It's probably more than a cup. We live our best life out here in the quarantine. Let's get out there. No cheese was wasted in the making of this video. Alright. I'm going to use my favorite wooden spoon to kind of just fold the cheese in and get it nice and just slightly mixed in there. It's going to be lumpy, it's going to be tacky, it's going to be pretty, it's still a pretty wet dough. It's not like a sugar cookie dough or even a bread dough. Like, look at that. Look at that dough. Oh God, the spoon's going. Okay. Anyways, we're just gonna get out a spoon that we forgot to get out previously and dollop it into little, I guess what do they call those? Drop biscuits. We're gonna make some drop biscuits today. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. You could just like fill a pan with biscuits and like then just cut it into squares like while it's like filling the bottom of the pan like a cake. Or you can do drop biscuits kind of like cookies. I'm doing drop biscuit kind of like cookies because I'm using a lot of like baking soda and baking powder in my recipe. And when they add those ingredients, they tend to get a little poofy. So I want to give them a little room to floof up. Get a nice fluffy biscuit going. Now, okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I've never made biscuits as a drop biscuit. It's important to try new things, okay? I don't need your attitude. So here we are making our first drop biscuits that we sort of read about, but not really. because we do what we do out here in the quarantine. Quarantine is for trying new things. Quarantine is for making biscuits wrong and then force feeding them to your significant other. That's what we do. That's what it's all about. Anyways, so I made a little pan of biscuits. And we're gonna put one more on there because we can fit it. Probably can't fit it, but we're just gonna try it. It'll be fine. Okay. Whew. Okay, we're ready now. So now we're going to put these into our preheated oven. This is what they look like. Biscuits, tacky, still kind of a solid. Able to make them into a shape. Probably shouldn't put them as close together as I did. I don't know, man. They're probably going to be good though, IRL. We gonna find out. I'm going to throw these into my preheated oven. Alright. That's it for now while they bake, because I'm not going to stand here and talk the whole time while they bake. I could, but you don't want that. So they're in the oven, and when we come back, we're going to be having our tea party and force feeding them to our significant others, possibly against their will. Thanks for joining, guys. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Triple K, where we are trying the biscuits at our Quaran-Tea Party. Quaran-Tea Party. It's a Quaran-Tea Party. Or if you're me and it's out. That's as far as it goes.
No, I was sticking mine.
Oh, you're just leaving it out. Oh, because you're being fancy. I get it.
Yes, thank you.
You're nailing it.
Appreciate it.
You're so fancy. Go and get all the ladies. That's Dr. Evil. It's super hot. As you can see, we have a very special guest who is particular about tea.
And camera shy.
And just being a freak of nature. Hi, do you want some bourbon? You can have yours. You can have your bourbon. Oh, she's laying down. She's done. Anywho, we are trying out the biscuits now that they have baked, and we are ready for our Kentucky Derby Quaran-Tea Party. So let's give her a try, Billy.
Please.
So, look at this. Look at these biscuits. They're fluffy. It's got like a nice stick. There's like still a little bit of moisture in them, so they're not too dry. Yeah. That's what's up, man. This is fulfilling all my quarantine carb-related needs, which are significant.
Very yummy. You did great.
Yeah, they're good. Can confirm. Biscuits, good. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna eat the rest of these off camera by myself. Billy is not invited. He was invited for the tea party, but now it's over.
Okay. That's fine.
It is fine. But while I'm shoveling these into my face, special reminder, stay quarantined, wash your hands, make biscuits. Thanks for joining us, guys. Sit. Sit. Stand up. Can we scratch your head or no?
Come here.
No.
Come up here.
Come here.
Sit.
Charlie, sit. This is a really cute video. This is going in the blooper reel. Whoa. Stop. Hey, come here. Charlie, look at.
Should have put peanut butter on it.
Come here. It's okay. Who's a good girl?
No, I know. I want to get some peanut butter.
Oh, he's a good girl. Hi. This is a really good video. Can you not be compliant? And why is your bow tie all in the back? I think a lot of petting. Yeah, hi. Hi, hi, hi.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
She doesn't like whatever you're doing.
She does now.
What's that? You want some? Right back. Let's check it out.
Look.
Big peanut butters? You want some peanut butters? Okay, come here. Look it.
She's just not